Hi guys, so we're live. Okay, we're live. So this is my second time going kind of like live, like all the way. Like this evening, I wanted to kind of just go in and try it out. Tonight, the topic is friends or more. And it's kind of based off of uh, a question that was brought up um, by a few people, and so I am dual streaming. I want to put that out there. I'm dual streaming tonight. I'm over here on Tag. I'm not on my regular account though. I have my Miss Polly, and then I have Miss Polly Right. So I'm on my Miss Polly 2 because I broke my phone and I'm not able to get into my Miss Polly right now. So hey, how are you doing? Hey, how you doing, Jake? It's nice to meet you. So I am dual streaming, Jake. So I'll be over here on live on YouTube on my Miss Polly Right channel. And you guys ever look me up? I'm Miss Polly, like up above, but Polly Right, POLYRIGHT. And so I'm on both. I'm dual streaming. Um, I would answer questions over here, and then we're gonna kind of record it live on YouTube. So that's where we're gonna go today. Like I said, the question today or the topic is here's the topic: friends or more. Um, Basically, one person that I know really was one person I know brought this up, but I talk about it a lot, which is, people having this kind of line where what's the difference between having a friend and being more than a friend? And a lot of people get really confused around that around that area because they don't know what the difference is. So the question of the day is friend or not friend? And what does that mean? What is the difference? And the first thing I ask someone when they say or they have a complaint that, hey, every time I talk to someone, they always say I'm really, really flirty. I'm always flirting all the time. And I usually say, well, if I don't know them, because usually if I know them, I know if they have a line or not. So I'll just answer the question. But if their question is, oh, yeah, they're always thinking I'm talking to someone or I flirt too much, I get that all the time. And the answer usually is yes or no. But my question is, what is the line? Do you have a line between your friends and your partners? And a lot of people say yes. I have a line. There's a difference. And then I say, okay, what's the difference? What is the difference? And I ask them, what is the difference? And those usually say these topics to me. Oh, the difference between a friend and a partner is that I care about them. I love them. Oh, we do stuff together. And then I say, okay, so what, you don't do stuff with your friends? You don't love your friends? You don't care about your friends? And they're like, yeah, I do. Like, but it's different. And I ask again, well, what's the difference? Tell me what the difference is. Not only tell me, but tell me what you do that makes it different. And that is where a lot of people who don't have those lines will be like, I'm not sure what the difference is. If your answer is you don't know, you're not sure, it's probably because you don't have a line. You don't have a line between friendship and partner. And when you don't have a line between friendship and partner, it can get rather confusing for people around you to really understand where you're emotionally at with them. Oh, do they still like me because they're doing the same stuff they do for me as their partner for other people who are not their partner? Or you may be wondering if, hey, does this guy really like me or not? And then you can't tell and it's confusing. Okay. So it can be rather confusing about friends versus other partners. So hey guys, I am double streaming. If you just came in the room, to let you know, if you'd like to ask a question or make a comment about our conversation, you can get in the box. This usually is not my page, but yeah, I talk about relationships. But today, that conversation is what's the line between friendship and partners. And I say partners because We don't want to make anyone, feel uncomfortable if their partner is another woman or another man and they're same sex, whatever. Just a partner. So, when people answer that question, first thing I hear is, that, oh, I do these special things and I'm asking what the special things are. And they sound really basically like a friendship. And then if you don't know, then you usually don't have a line. What I mean by that is that you have not made boundaries to separate your friends from your partners. And so when you don't have those boundaries, it can be very confusing for other people. Now, you have to kind of consider what you need to do about those issues. If you don't have those clear lines, you're probably going to get complaints that you're showing the same attention, or you seem to be doing certain things for someone else that could be considered that you're talking to them. It can get kind of murky, and then you may have jealousy issues arise because your partners can't tell the difference. And even when they're trying, or you tell them that, oh, well, I hang out with you because I love you, and you're like, oh, they love me, and they're like, well, how? And then they'll have a friend come up to them and say, well, he said he loves you, okay, but he does that same stuff for everyone else. What does that mean? And then you're like, oh man, you're right. And so that could bring up jealousy, that could bring up confusion with how your partner actually cares about you. Do they actually care about me? I'm not sure. So these are issues that you may have occurring in your relationship currently, is because you have an issue with having these boundaries, and then you don't really know what to do with that, and so you're gonna have these complaints. You're most sorry to move this. You're gonna have these complaints. Your partners are gonna wonder why you're not showing them special attention, and then you may feel like, well, I don't know why I have to use special attention because we're together, and sometimes that is not enough for many people. Okay, so what I would suggest, which I have suggested to other people, is, realize you don't have boundaries, realize you don't have those lines. Okay, first off, recognizing that is very, very important, because people are in denial that they don't have lines, uh, because they just feel like they're really nice people and they're doing this wonderful things for all these people. And I just care about people, and I get it, but you have no line. So recognize you don't have a line. You don't have boundaries that separate friends from lovers. And then talk to your partner about what that may look like for them. Not everyone's line is going to look the same. So, what does that line mean to you and your partners? Does that make sense to you guys? So, if your partner thinks that, oh, I would like you to only, now I hate saying only, oh, can how about we go uh to this particular place? Can you make that just for us? Or can we go to the park on Wednesday? Can we make that just for us? That special place. Then you guys can consider doing that so that your partner knows, hey, this is the only things I do with you. And if you have more than one partner, because we know Miss Polly here, do that maybe individually with them, with together. With my partners, I only do these things, and people who I'm talking to and I haven't started dating yet, this is what I do with those people. So making the lines between partners and friends can actually be very, very positive for yourself and your partners. Okay, because you're not only letting your partners know that they are special and they get that special part of you, you're also making boundaries for yourself so that you're not overextended or feel like you're giving everyone, maybe too much, or you're doing a lot and it might be stressful. Because when you may not have a lot of time, some partners don't have a lot of time, and so if you have less time, you can kind of, do certain things. Hey, you know what? This week's very, very busy, but I'm going to carve out our special thing that we do for this time. And so those kind of, you know, treats, and I want to say treats, but not really treats, special things that you do with your partner, that lets them know without saying it all the time that they're special to you. And you having those boundaries are very important. So I really want to reach out to you guys. Like I said, and share that with you because I've had it have multiple times. I've said it in maybe a few other lives about partnerships, but I really wanted to push it this time. Hey guys, hey for checking out Isaiah. Thank you for Fave. This is my second page, just for you to know. I am Miss Polly Wright on tagged in another location, but I'm live streaming on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and we're talking about the lines between friendship and having a partner or a boyfriend or girlfriend and what that looks like. And so I'm giving a little bit of tip there. So if you guys have any questions, you can hit up the box or just type in. But yes, one of the other things I noticed is that, there, even if you're poly or not, but, boundaries we're talking about basically is like, okay, well, what is it that makes your partner special from the rest? So some people really struggle with that. They struggle with that because they're like, once they get that partner they want, then they tend to loosen up on those things they were doing in the beginning, like you're losing interest almost because you got them and you maybe had to put on uh, a little bit extra, icing to seal the deal with them by showing them certain things. And then now that they're with you, you feel like, okay, well, I'm with you now. I'm, a little bit more relaxed. I'm not going to be doing all those things I used to do. And that also is a trigger for people to think you no longer interested because you were putting on this display of things that you weren't going to be consistent. And I think that is a real big thing. It comes up in relationships is that they're like, oh, they lost interest. They're not doing the same thing anymore. And it's that they've gotten complacent with the relationship. And once again, those boundaries, even if you are in a monogamous situation, those boundaries are important because now they can also see the displays also, and that they know that you care about them. And also learning your partner's love language. We hear love language all the time. So love languages, okay, love languages are basically, I'm gonna pull this up here though. Love languages are the way people like to show and receive love. Okay. That's a big thing. Okay, so because not everyone wants to get the same kind of love in the same way, the same time. People have different levels of enjoyment of how they like to be loved. And these love languages are a great guide to really keeping your relationship in a good place because you're able to know your partner's needs and what they would like to do for you, and you can go with that because there's a lot of partners who are mismatched and they get confused. Like there's people who like to one love language. Forgive me, I probably won't use the right term, but well, they give gifts. They like to give things to show their love. Men tend to do that a lot. That's how they, oh, I'm buying things for her. And then some women interpret that as, oh, they're trying to buy me. But that may be their love language. So for you to tell someone not to give you gifts or buy you things, or you're taking away the love language that they have. So then you have to know, well, hey, I don't like all these gifts, but this is their love language. And if they want to buy me something or do something for me, maybe we can, make that work by talking to them about what that may look like. So I'm pull this up real quick for us. All right. There's 7 different types of love languages. I'm just going to share my little screen over here. You guys know I like to use these devices. So let me pull up our list so you guys can see these. And knowing me, I'm trying to be greater than sauce, right? Okay. Oh, there's 8. I apologize. So I'm just gonna pull this up. Like I said, I like to use uh Google a lot. So I'm gonna use that. Let me pull that up on my screen here. Okay, sorry, just take a second. Do. Love languages. Let me share. Okay. So here we go on YouTube. You guys can see it. Hang on one second. Make sure you guys see what I see. Okay. So like I said, I use Google this time, but 8 love languages: non-love, no intimacy, no passion, no commitment; liking, high intimacy; no passion, no commitment. So these are some of those. Oh, these are kinds of love. I'm sorry. Watch me just say the numbers all wrong and then get y'all all confused. Ain't that some stuff? Okay, let's go here. Because I know, like, I only usually talk to people who their love language and my language are like the same. Like, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be messing around with all these different ones. I don't know why. I don't think it's on purpose. I think it's accidental. But acts of service. Here we go. Acts of service. Receiving gifts. Now, that's a big one. Okay, I know that's a big one. Let me see if I can find the other ones. Yeah, those two. Those two are big ones. Let's see if I quick. I just want the names of them, really. Acts of service are a big one. Uh, they want to show you, go somewhere, do something for you. They're very good. Now, receive people who like to receive gifts. That's a lot of women. They were told this is how they should, enjoy love from men, is receiving gifts and things like that. So you've probably met people um, in the large quantities with some of these already, especially they're receiving gifts when a lot of women are receiving gifts. But some of them receive gifts because they were told that's the kind of love language they should want. That's not necessarily the kind of love language they want. That's the one they should want, but that's not the one they want personally. They're not even on that same level. Let's see, I got go in there. So it ends up being like not the same. Okay, here we go. I think it's gifts of love, affirmation. So someone talking to you or giving you good, words. Um, that's a big one. I'm sorry, like this is my second time, like I said, doing this. Last time my internet was just god awful, but I feel like it's a little better, which it should be a lot better. But who am I? So I think this is the best one, but I can't see it so fuzzy. Okay, we'll see if this comes up. But yes, the receiving gifts, affirmation, those are really big ones that you hear people talk about. Yeah, I think there's 5. Okay, let's get over here. Um, hmm. There we go. Let's see if we can read these ones down here, guys. There's 5 probably. 5, so in quality time. And you can have more than one of these. So this is a big thing. So physical touch. Yeah, some of us are not big on physical touch. Some of us words of affirmation. It's to be praised. There's people who really like that. Acts of service. But I think the ones, I'll be honest, physical touch, I think is really big. And the giving gifts for women, not all women in the words of affirmation. But I think we don't think about that. But for men, I will say I think it is physical touch and words of affirmation. I think those for men will be the big ones that they hear. They're told that they're supposed to like. Okay, so I do think that. Um, Let me get out of here for this one. I'll remove that for you guys. Okay, let me check over here in the stream. Does it see anybody here yet? Okay, so hey guys, how you doing? Saying hi. Like I said, this is not my normal page, so If you guys are looking for me, I am on tag. I can't get into my phone right now, so I had to change one of my other ones to Miss Polly. So um, it's a little bit different, and I know what time it is. People are going out in the evening and stuff. I hope you guys are all having fun. If you guys catch this later, that's awesome too. Check out some of my other relationship topics in here. And like I said, this is going to be our segment. It's more of like Asma's Polly segment. Um, and what we do is we just talk about different things. So, like today, I'm going to go over this one more time. Friends or more, and we talked about kind of that line that people mistake, because they may not have a line. They may not have a line, and if you don't have a line, you act. Some people who don't have a line. This is crazy, but it's very true. Some people who don't have a line between friends and partners actually want their partners to have lines. It kind of doesn't make sense, but it happens a lot because then sometimes they interpret other people who don't have lines like they don't care. But it's weird because they actually do it themselves. And I think that's why I said identifying that you are a person without a line and recognizing that your actions can display that you may feel different than you're actually acting, or that you may not have these boundaries that make people feel, secure. Now, someone would say, well, you should cure with yourself, I'm there, all that. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it is nice for someone to let you know that they care about you and how much, they want to be with you. And sometimes showing that boundary or that distinction is something that people really, really enjoy. And so being able to keep that going is a wonderful thing. So I definitely wanted to reiterate that for you guys. I wanted you guys to hear that. And like I said, we're supposed to have our 3 shows. So today is Friday. I wanted to have another Ask Miss Polly session with you guys. The stream that I'm on right now, because I'm not am able to log into my normal thing, is not that heavy right now. But if you guys have any questions below, please put them in here. I will read them later. I do want to check out one more place though. Let's see here. So, like I said, I'm not in my normal thing, but before we wrap it up here, because I did want to stay on a little longer, but just so we can have some more lovely content. And I know this is one of those comments. Let me check out. There's a chat that I am in, Poly and Swingers group, but I like to give them sometimes some topics, and I think they're in session. Let me they are in session. That's great. So let me go ahead. I see that they're on a call. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up because I want us to have our session. I can never get into this thing because I don't have one. Let me check this out. So let's put this in here. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's see. The person who called me, though, I think they'll be on here. Okay. I don't want you guys to be too quiet here. Let me, like I said, I was asking if they could add me to here. Sometimes they can't see it right away. So, yeah, a couple people saw it. Oh, if you guys haven't had any time to go on some chats on Facebook, different ones, different themes or whatnot, we have some poly ones that you guys can check out, things like that. And I know they had hit me up earlier. Let's see here. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm here, but got more distracted. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, guys. So, well, if someone calls me, they'll call me, but hello there. So, yeah, basically, we were having our little chats. Yeah, I had to take a pause, and so whoever came in, I'm sorry I didn't see that, but yeah, I wanted to definitely uh go into our chat rooms, check out if anyone had any comments today. Unfortunately, I got logged out of my account. And some of the groups I'm in, I think this topic would be good because a lot of this one is a poly and lifestyle group. And I'll be honest, I think a lot of them don't think about that line because they're the jealousy is not supposed to be there. Well, I think they think about it, but they don't. That's what ends up happening. I think that's what happens when people say, "Oh, I tried out poly, I tried out alternative lifestyles, and I didn't like it." And I think a lot of the reason is because there are people who are in those kind of situations a lot of times don't have lines, and it seems like they're always flirting with everyone, and sometimes the fact that you don't feel special is because they don't have those boundaries. And I think if they made those boundaries, a lot of them would have a lot more success with long-term partners because they would be able to maintain those special moments with their partners, which would make them feel special and wanted. And so that's a real big thing, I think people are missing sometimes, and they get in these relationships and they don't realize, like, people like to feel special, regardless if you're poly or not. And um, one way to do that would be to really display that to your partner by showing them the boundaries you have between them and other people, making things special. So that's something they could really really do, learn from, and go from there. So yeah, that's one of the things I think I like to share with people um, on here. Even though we're a little bit talking, unfortunately, I thought we'd have more stopper buyers. But like I said, I know what time it is. People are out having fun. It's Friday night. It's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. They're still having a good time. Even though monkeypox is running rampant, they still going out. So um, I hope you guys have a good night tonight. If you see this, comment below. Check out the other videos. We may go ahead and do another poly chat a little later. Like I said, usually I have a lot of luck Sundays afternoon, sometimes Saturday mid afternoon. So we could try this again, just to have another one for the following week, and then I might post it. So if you guys are interested, check that out. I'll try to put something up for us. Um, and I want to thank you guys for like supporting me. I know a lot of people see my videos, but like I said, any topics you guys want to talk about, relationships, things like that, our health sessions, we'll do those. And then our kind of our topics where it's relationships versus our interactions with our surroundings and how that affect us, things like that. Little bit of interaction right there. We have those topics too, so it's going to be great. But I want you guys to know, if you have any questions, comments um, about our content, shoot, let me know, because yeah, I do like talking about. Hey, Andrea, how are you doing tonight? Yeah, Andrea, I was sitting here, girl, and in the evening, and I was having the conversation. I was trying to be in my tagged live, but I could, phone broke and everything. But the comment was, or the topic was, what's the friendship and partner line? Like, what makes the difference between your friend and your partner? And what happens when you don't have those boundaries? Is that where people have issues with the relationship? And so I'll just kind of give my spiel about how I believe that people who don't have boundaries or don't have a line usually have tend to have issues, or their partners tend to get jealous a lot more, because they don't have that line that separates friends and partners. And I'll be honest, like I am I am one of those people. I don't have a line, but being poly and being with black males, things like that, I've learned that the lines are necessary, and necessary in my dynamic, and I think it helps my dynamic a lot, to show the lines and the boundaries between, even when I'm dating, hey, these are my partners that are long term. We've been together. They have special privileges to me, just in general, just to me. And the other people who I'm not with, they have different privileges, so, certain, times of night I might not, be able to talk to you or something. And it's not just because oh, I have another partner. We don't want us to talk to you at night. No, that's not my personal boundary, but it could be a boundary. It's just that the separation, um, to make you feel special is important. And I think that that's one thing that people who are monogamous too, they can get jealous because if you treat your girlfriend and like everyone else, and maybe she doesn't even notice it. Think about your last partner and how they displayed even just liking people, like, oh, they were just friends. If everyone that's their friend and you are basically the same, they don't have a line. Um, they don't have a line at all, and or their line is not clear enough for everyone. So I've met people like that. I myself am one. But usually like the guys are like, oh, she's just too friendly. She out here doing some women are too friendly, I will give you that, but there's some women who just don't have boundaries and they like to help people. They're motherly, or they love being, helpful. And there's men like that too, who like to be helpful. And especially black males are kind of taught that like you're not supposed to do too much, not be supposed to be too friendly, because then it indicates you want to cheat or you're not interested, or they have to be very rude to some women, to make sure they understand the line. And I'm like, geez, we just need to kind of work on our boundaries and be like, hey, listen, we're cool, we're friends, but like there's certain things I just can't come over and every time you call and fix things in your house, because we're friends. Um, because I think that's a little bit of a boundary issue for my partner. I'm always over here fixing things. Every time you call, I'm running. Uh, and then if my partner needs something, sometimes since I'm with her, I'm lax and I'm like, oh, I'll get to it. But I tend to jump when other people call me. There's a lot of that happens. That happens a lot. So I think those boundaries need to be put in place, um, sometimes for people to just, like I said, monogamy, jealousy is not uncommon. So I can't tell people not to be jealous of monogamy. Jealousy is just basically, in my mind, or how I like to explain jealousy, is more like people are usually jealous because they they fear losing something, and that's usually the real issue. The thought that I won't have you, the thought that I will lose you, is horrifying to me. And that's where I think some people, you you know, oh, here they calling me. But I think that's where some people get, really nervous about it, and they don't want to lose their partner. So, um, let me just answer this though. So they call me, but
Anyway, I'm like, all right, I'm right here by Atlanta. My bad.
so
In like 3 hours. I'll try to get
so I don't want
that one
anybody
call.
to, leave me. Okay, so let me put this down here. I'm gonna paste this down here. Okay, so hi, it's Andre. So this is what I'm gonna tell you I'm doing, Andre. So I got my uh yeah, here we go. So hey guys, um I didn't know what y'all were doing in here today, so I just was saying hi. I know you're okay, Orlando. I was saying, hey, how you doing? I know y'all having fun, but yeah, I was on YouTube live and we were having a topic, and I was going to go just I didn't know who was in here, and I know it's late, but I wanted to see what you guys felt about the topic, so that's why I was on it. So I was like, oh, let me see if they are interested. So um
What is the song?
the topic was boundaries. Basically, the number one question of the day was what makes your partner different than a friend? Or what makes a person that you're interested in different than a friend?
Like a flavor, like a friend.
Mm, like,
Cause my
no,
friends
just
know
a
what I'm
regular
talking.
friend. Just like we're cool homies. We hang out. We're cool.
There's a level of companionship.
Just understand, yeah. The connect, the bond that you have.
Okay, so what's the difference though? What's the actual difference?
Yo, I know what the difference is. I'm gonna say this: responsibilities, because I am close with a lot of friends. They don't have to feel obligated, because I'm not obligated to do shit.
You would say
But
obligation.
my partner, I do more for. Like I
Okay.
take on that responsibility of your feelings and what you want.
Okay.
And the energy.
Yeah.
The energy that your companion will give you is like no one on this earth will give.
Yeah, I don't feel that. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? I know this is a weird question because I said a lot of people don't have boundaries. Like, they don't. They don't have boundaries, but they think they do. But they don't have boundaries. It's not a bad thing. It's just they don't have it, and be aware that you don't have it if you don't have it. If that makes sense to you.
Now, for me, the only thing that separates for me is sex, and the reason why I say that is because, literally, my friends, I'm going to look at my friend. Okay, let's say I'm talking about my homegirl, right? My homegirl is my confidant, my friend, my person that I know I can lean on. I'm going to look for those same qualities in a relationship. And so the reason why I say the only thing that separates it is sex is because my partner literally has to be my best friend. I'm going to go for the same qualities in, or similar qualities in my relationship that I would for my friend. I'm going to hold my partner to those, that same standards of you're going to have my back. You're not going to cross me. I'm not going to cross you. We're going to be there for each other in bad times. The only difference is my partner. We fucking. I ain't fucking none of my friends.
That's what I was going to ask you. Not fucking none of your friends.
So basically, there's only one boundary for you, and that's sexual.
Pretty much, that's it.
Okay.
What about people in that's not in a monogamous relationship though? Like I have a lot of friends that they married, they still go to swinger clubs and parties and events. They have it's not to them. It's not sex that separates.
Right.
Well, the big that this is denial. She said, "What separates your partner from being your friend?" See, when we go to swingers club, these people are my friends.
So when
this is a lifestyle that I'm.
That's a lifestyle you chose to sell, yeah. So basically, I'll be honest. You have, I mean, I know you personally, so it doesn't count, Renee. But you don't have you don't have lines anyway, so that's okay. I mean, the line you have is not there, but you may have something that you hold special. But like you said, if you're going to a club, technically speaking, that those are friends. So you're giving your friends the same benefits you're giving your partner.
I don't know if I would call them my friends. So not mentally or emotionally.
What about expectations? Like I expect something different from my girl than I would from just a friend. We can all be have a bond and connected and loving and chill. I've been in bed with 5 girls and 3 dudes and everything, nothing but good vibes and love, straight energy. But my girl, I expect you not to do shit, or I'd expect expectations is the mother ball fuck ups. I think that's why I just don't laugh.
That part. It's like what you're like. Okay, let's just say this. It's like don't matter what it is. It's like, all right, like you could do something for your, let's just say something simple like your mom or your friend, right? You could do something for your mom. It's like the appreciation that you would get from your significant other is nothing.
Okay, I
like
put them on mute for a second.
Or a family member.
Can you hear them, Andrea?
Like,
do you hear them well? I know this is the best situation, but I went into one of my groups. And I went to a video call.
It's like a pity kind of appreciation. It's like something that's like you said, it's like a giving. Right. Because it's like something, this is y'all household. You know, it's a little different than like your friend or your family. It's like the energy as a whole, what your significant other is going to give you. A friend or a family member would never give that to you.
See, I ain't never a real relationship.
Inside.
A real relationship. I ain't felt that before. I thought I had, but I've gotten that same feeling from friends too.
Right.
Sometimes my friends last longer than my relationship.
All my friends last longer than my relationship.
My friend will take whatever and ride with me through. I mean, all my bullshit. My girl will be like, I can't believe you did that. Yeah, we're done. That's exactly why I say there is no possible way that you can have a just successful relationship without making a bond that you do with a friend. Right. Literally, Orlandis, we as friends, even though, you know, the understanding at first was we were sneaky links. We began a friendship, so we got close as friends. You know what I mean? That was just a bonus. The friendship was established. That bond was established. You have to have.
Okay. So I went to my groups. I don't think this is the best way it's working. So, but these are kind of the conversations I want. Usually I want to do it through text. I can read. I can respond to them one-on-one. If you guys check out some other videos I had where I'm streaming on tag and stuff like that, I do it. This is more of a video call in Facebook, and it's a group, and I have conversations like this, and these are kind of conversations we have. So very interesting to hear other people's opinions. So these are the kinds of conversations of like, I'm going to try to ask people to come on to the stream and like here and then participate more, and I'm gonna try to check that out because I do love the interaction and the conversations we can have, and I definitely want to kind of take some of my group people and put them in here so they can have these conversations, then we can all share. But there are people who are in the lifestyle and who are in poly, and they don't want people to know that that's what they do. So for privacy's sake, I do understand those things. So sometimes I like to do it this way for privacy, and then they feel more comfortable. But I don't want this video to go too long. And but if you guys are interested in some of these groups, let me know. I'll let you guys know there's some group titles that you guys can look into, and then you can hang out with us. But definitely hope you got something from this, you guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. I want you guys to have a good evening, and I will see you again. Bye.